when we talk about Black excellence, what it means to me, I would literally just like, Black is excellence. That is the answer. I, as a Black woman, can live with pleasure and, you know, calm and peace and joy and happiness. That is enough. That is enough.
Here with Black Excellence, and we're acknowledging aspirations and achievements. I'm here with the lovely Josie Gyasi here, and so we're going to talk a little bit about your achievements, your journey basically to thus far, because you're 26? 27 now, you know, so a big woman now, you know. So, you know, so yeah, just talk a little bit about your journey and stuff. So, you know, you're born in Bristol as well?
So I'm born in London.
Born in London? Whereabouts in London?
I'm from North London.
North London.
But I was kind of moved around a lot as a child, and I grew up in Hertfordshire. So I grew up in a town called Bishop's Stortford. I can't not say it that way. And I moved here 6 years ago.
Okay. And what brought you to Bristol?
I came here to study, mainly, but also actually to get away from the place that I was in. That was a big pull. And actually Bristol was one of the only places where I didn't know anyone. So I knew a lot of friends that studied pretty much everywhere. Brighton, Liverpool, they took every city.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to have my own place.
Yeah.
So it all kind of happened quite beautifully. But as soon as the day that I got here, I was like, oh my God, this is where I should be. Literally. So yeah.
So I wouldn't even know you weren't even from here. Like, you seem very like natural to it. Do you know what I mean? There's a certain Bristol vibe, and I think you're definitely got the X factor. You know.
10 out of 10. You're going through to the next round.
And so you have Ghanaian heritage as well.
Do,
and do you like? Does that come into your everyday life? Is that something is that in the forefront of your mind, living as a Black person in Britain?
Unfortunately not.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I was very estranged from my culture and heritage as a child as well. So I'm still kind of rediscovering, not rediscovering, but just, you know, doing what I can in that aspect.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't really have a Ghanaian community here.
No.
I have a very small but tight Black community here, which is kind of usually the case, to be honest. So I wouldn't say it's at the forefront, but it's definitely there. Like,
of course. It never leaves you, does it, really, at the end of the day? Yeah.
Got my little Ghanaian beats on
today.
today.
I love it.
I brought them out for the interview. Exactly.
You know, matching. Right. Did you grow up around a lot of Black family, a lot of Ghanaian family, or?
Yes and no. Like I said, I was estranged from my African family as a child, so I grew up very closely to them when I was very, very young, and then through a lot of kind of, let's just say, not even hardship, but just a lot of mess as a child. I was moved away from them for a very long time, and I reconnected with them as a teenager. But as a child, I was always really, really close to them, and now I'm closer to them than any other part any other part of my family. Very close to my cousins and my auntie. My auntie's basically like my mum, but they all live in London. So.
Oh yeah.
And they're all in Ghana at the moment. So,
oh really?
Yes. I got a call from my auntie the other day. She's just laughing every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have plans to visit Ghana?
I do indeed.
You been before?
I have.
Oh yeah.
Once.
Where'd you go?
Definitely changed my life. Do you know Ghana?
I know Accra.
Everyone.
Yeah.
It's like, where do you live in London? So, I went all around. So my family from all around, but I kind of landed in Accra, and then went to Wenchi and Sunyani. Sunyani is my favorite place ever, and Kumasi. I was there for like 2 weeks, but there's so much about Ghana and my culture and everything that I still don't know, and I need to know.
Back in Bristol, you're associated with Rise and Arts Agency. You've done a little bit of work with them, and you currently work as a creative director. Producer. Sorry, I read the wrong thing.
It's alright.
As a creative producer.
I do creative directing.
So I want to talk to you a little bit about what you think about the art scene in Bristol. Like, I think because I won't class myself as an artist. I do a little bit of poetry and stuff like that. But in terms of like the art scene in Bristol, do you think it's quite Eurocentric, or do you think there is a like Black art scene here?
Interesting question. I would say, do I know anywhere in the UK that hasn't got a Eurocentric art scene? I do feel like the Black community, creative arts, etc., is very strong in Bristol, in the sense that when you are in a place where you have to come together as a people, that creates something very strong, very powerful. So it's not necessarily, I'm not saying it's not a good thing, but yeah, it's like what I'm trying to say, like you're not forced to, but like when you have to, it kind of makes it a bit stronger. Does that make sense at all?
Yeah, no, I get what you mean. Yeah.
But I guess, yeah, I would say that it is. I don't really try and bother myself with that or try to understand or unpick that, because I think I've come from so I studied at university, I studied design, and off the back of that I've worked directly at the university to try and tackle race equality, and then from that I'm kind of working at local level in a community trying to tackle social inequality. So it's kind of like I don't know if my perspective is even like, I'm not really in the art scene, if you will.
No.
You know, but I know it from that level. I'm there I'm trying to turn the cogs in that way. Yeah. I'm not down trying to like be part of a scene, or do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, no, you're more of like an individual kind of thing, doing your work.
100%.
Yeah.
When we talk about Black excellence, I feel like, first of all, if you were to ask me, which you may, sorry to take the question out of your mouth, what it means to me, I would literally just like, Black is excellence. That is the answer. Like there's nothing more around that. I feel like we have so much history and culture and community and also confusion, and I need to stop trying to think of C words. Start breaking out into poetry. But yeah, that question really was like in my head the whole way here, because I was just like, and I remember very like there's Black Queen and Slim in that film. Daniel Kaluuya, don't know why I can't say that. I actually know who he is as well, by the way, just saying. He says something about, what does he say? Why do we have to be excellent all the time? Why isn't being Black enough? Yeah. And I really, really believe that. Like,
massively.
For me, I'm proud of every little step, every getting out of bed, going for my jog, you know, doing my own hair, all of those little things. I'm like, that all makes me excellent, because everything else is pretty much built so that those things are even difficult. Yeah. And if I, as a Black woman, can live with pleasure and, you know, calm and peace and joy and happiness, that is enough. That is enough. And that is what I've tried to get to, and that's where I'm still trying to get to. If you were to ask me this a few years ago, my biggest achievement would be that I got to university, that my stupid foundation teacher said to me, and it's like classic thing, they should know by now, that if you tell a young Black girl she can't do something when she has determination, she is gonna do it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, was that your trick?
Yeah. Maybe did it on purpose.
Then maybe I don't know.
Probably not.
So like, if you were to ask me this all those years ago, it'd be like that. The fact that I got to university to study product design, she said to me, "Girl, you know, it's too academic. You can't do this. You should just do fine art or something." And I was like, you know. And then if you asked me this a few years ago, I've graduated with a first class, and I won an award for best in show. You know, that would, you know, great. But then if you ask me this year or last year, I, you know, was able to respond to the killing or the murder of someone through creating a poem that literally shook the city, and I was on national news, etc., etc. Yeah. Today it's like, you know, I just I'm doing my job really well. You know, I don't know. It's really
you're
hard.
You're thriving. You're growing. You're healthy. You're happy.
So I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, it does. Thank you so much for coming along.
You're welcome.
And it was a pleasure to meet you as well. And so I can see that you're thriving. So yeah, thank you for that interview.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Fantastic.